memories will never fade. They keep me going in eternity. I'm waiting for you, waiting here for you, aching for your loving arms. I walked by the place where you lived before. I saw a couple kissing by the door. It took my breath away. The void you left is more than I can bear. I'm waiting for you, waiting here for you, aching for your loving arms. I see your face on strangers in every crowd. It takes so much not to shout your name out loud. I'll always be here for you, like the shore is always waiting for the sea. I'm waiting for you, waiting here for you, aching for your loving arms. I'm waiting for you, takes so much not to shout your name out loud. I'll always be here for you, like the shore is always waiting for the sea. I'm waiting for you.
There is something good in every moment. Find it and keep your focus there. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. That's the best part. You're doing it from home, privacy of your own home. Today's practice is our strong foundations practice. Strong foundations, balance and strength. You got to have them both. Even as we age, we need to emphasize and focus on keeping the strength, keeping the balance, work on it, use it or lose it, baby, right? I'm Jan, this is 316 Yoga. As I said, every day our practices are different. This is a practice that you totally can do. We practice live, no cuts, 1 hour long. You think, oh, 1 hour, that's so long. It's really not. You deserve it. You need to work on you so you can be better for all the things you do. This is a Vinyasa flow. This is pretty much where we marry one breath to one movement. It's a quick pace today, but you can do it. You can do it. Do what is right for your body, as the bottom of our screen says. Always do what is right for your body. And every day is different. Some days we're more challenged than others physically, mentally, emotionally. But just make the yoga meet you exactly where you are. Don't strive to do something that's not in your wheelhouse today. Do what is right for you and don't hurt. If something hurts, back out of it. Take something to a lesser percent. Don't feel that you're any less of a human being for doing less of the pose. Take it to 5%. Take it to 10%. Use your props. All right? Okay. So the props we're going to use today, I'll tell you about those in a minute, and then I'll come back to what the word is I want you to think about. The props. You're going to need your 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have those, a substitute. It could be a large book, but buy the blocks. Just buy the blocks, all right? Some water, nice to wet your whistle occasionally. If you want to use a strap, if that's part of your modifying to make it work for you, grab that and do that. An eye shade, a little hand towel, perhaps to slip under your knees, or double as the eye shade. That works too. I had a chair here earlier in the countdown. If you want to do your yoga in a chair, you can totally do that. If you want to do your chaturanga dandasanas up against a wall, do that as well, but just do something. Move a little bit more each and every day and do your yoga. It's so good for you. All right, so those are our props. The word to think about today is flame. And flame means to have intense ardor, to have zeal, to have passion. You should have that about anything you do. Focus on the good and just be excited about what you can do. And you can do this practice. All right, you got the props. Let's come on up to standing as we do our little warm up. As you're coming up to standing, lock in a stress number. We do this every day, and your stress number is just what you're feeling in your body. Don't overthink it. Think of the doctor's office, scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Where are you? What are you feeling right here, right now? Place your hands on your hips, and let's just awaken our foundation, our feet. So come on up onto your toes, down on your heels. Try to keep your heels behind your toes. Come up nice and straight. How high do you want to go? How high can you go? How high is right for you today? Maybe the chair is your best buddy right here with your hand on it. Lift and lower your feet. Eventually lower your heels and lift your toes up. Give your toes a wiggle. That's a big deal. Don't forego it. Don't skip it. Wiggle your toes. And then come to rooted on your feet nice and solidly. Lift your arms up. We're just getting the blood flowing. This is an extended mountain pose. Feet are rooted. Shoulders are over your hips. Your arms lift high. Spiral your pinky in toward the midline of your body, and as best you can, Try to relax your shoulders. Gaze forward, lengthen up, strengthen up. You got a tight core. Hold your belly in. Interlace your fingers, send your palms up to the sky, and let's sway from side to side. Here's your palm tree pose. In your palm tree pose, it's lateral flexion of your spine. All right, here's something to think about. If you practice, this is a study from ARPA, the American Association of Retired Persons. If you practice yoga for 8 weeks, this is unbelievable, your flexibility will increase by 35%. Isn't that amazing? All right, so finish up with your sideways movements. Place your hands at your low back. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Push your belly forward. Breathe here. Take a little back bend. If it feels all right for you, gaze up to the ceiling above. Little back bend. You're just think of how you're moving your spine. You moved it sideways. Now you're moving it in one direction. Now as you exhale, fold forward and fold your spine in the other direction. Maybe you've got a chair here and you're placing your hands on it for stability, and this is as far as you come. Good on you. Maybe you take it further and look back towards your ankles, towards your knees. Let your head, crown of your head hang toward the earth. Shake your neck and decompress a little bit here. Here's a modification. Slightly bend your knees. Maybe that feels better. Just move. I guarantee even after this little warm up, you're going to feel better. Finish up. Roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. Keep your chin tucked to your chest today, and then lift your chin away from your chest. Put a bend in your knees, hands on your hips. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe just little teeny pulses here. If you would like, add in the arms with big arm circles. Bring the arms on up to the sky as the knees straighten, and then bend the knees and bring the fingers down. Fingers are down, knees are bent, fingers are up, knees are straight. So do some big arm circles. How big are your arm circles? It doesn't matter. Breathe. Enjoy this. So, as little as 30 minutes of yoga a day improves your memory, it improves your focus, and it helps you process information more quickly, accurately. It helps you think better. All right, sweep your arms in the other direction. And who doesn't need to think more clearly, right? In these days of chaos, think clearly. Breathe, big breath in. And big breath out. Also, those who practice yoga can lower your blood pressure. That LDL number, you can lower it by as much as 12 points. That's pretty amazing. Again, that comes from ARPA. Lift your fingers high to the sky. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out, soften in the shoulders. Arms come down by your sides. Let's do our big coat swing. So this is just a controlled twist. Arms are heavy, shoulders are soft, shoulders are over your hips. And let's twist from side to side. Think of your arms as super heavy and just gently let the hands, kind of slap your backside, kind of slap your hip, breathe. Little controlled twist, maybe take it a little deeper. And you know what? If this warm-up is all you do today, good on you. Just move. Slow your twist down, come back to the midline of your body. Last little pose of our warm-up is ragdoll pose. Toe heel your feet so they're about hip-width distance apart. So you're looking at your hips, look straight down to your feet. Hinge forward. Hands grab for opposite elbow creases. Gaze back towards your knees or your navel. Remember that bend in the knees if you like. Crown of the head toward the earth. Gently start to sway from side to side. Let your elbow come toward one knee, then the other. You could have that chair here and just gently sway. Breathe. There's lots of ways to do it. Make it work for you. Let the yoga meet you exactly where you are. Don't strive to do too much that isn't right for you. Finish up in your ragdoll pose. Come back to the midline of your body. Let your fingers come down to your mat and then bend your knees and come on down to your mat. You could be seated in your chair if that's what's right for you today. All right, just take a moment here, sit back on your heels, think back to your stress number. What was it just a couple minutes ago? And what is it now? Don't you feel better? And that's what it's all about. We all want to feel better. All right, child's pose. This is the beginning of our practice. Block on your mat if you like, knees together to touch, big toes touching too, hips go back to your heels, arms can be down by your sides if you like, and then bring your forehead on down to your block or all the way down to your mat. If you're seated in your chair, just bring your torso toward your thighs. Breathe here in your classic child's pose or take a variation. Here's another way to do it. Knees spread wide, big toes are still touching, and your bottom goes back toward your heels. Using the block or no block at all, reach your arms to the top of the mat, sink your forehead down and stretch it out. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and a big happy breath out through your mouth. Life is good. Focus on the positive. Why not, right? Don't focus on the negative. When you find your mind going there, draw it back in. Focus on the positive. There's always something positive. Think of your tailbone going to the back of the room. If your arms are reaching long in the extended child's pose, find length here. Find the mobility in your shoulders. If your arms are down by your sides and your knees are touching, reach your fingers farther to the back of your mat. Find length there. Find length in your spine. Find a nice deep stretch in your quadriceps. Even your ankles are getting a nice stretch. Spine is long. You have great length in your spine. Take a deep breath in. Big sighing breath out. Let it go. When you're ready, if you'd like, close your lips and try to breathe in and out of your nose. Breathing in and out of your nose is the most efficient way to breathe. If that doesn't work for you, breathe any way you want. Who am I to tell you how to breathe? Breathe any way you like. Just take deep breaths and let your breath be an indicator if you're working too hard or it's just not right for you. If you want to hold your breath or if your breath gets shallow, back out of the pose. No need to take it so far. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's press on up. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees back underneath your hips. Tuck your toes towards your shins. Send your hips high. Here's your down dog. In your downward facing dog, feet are hip width distance apart. Move your feet so your heels are slightly lifted. So we're going to stretch out your quadriceps. Let your stretch out your calves and your Achilles tendon. Press into your hands. All right, breathe here. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Pedal it out. Let your gaze be back towards your feet or your knees or even up towards your navel as you let your head hang heavy. Shake your neck loose, let it be, and finish up. Still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or walk your hands back to meet your feet. When you're ready, sweep your arms up nice and big and come on up to standing. Lift your fingers up to the sky. You could be seated in your chair still. It's all okay. Let's do our sun salutation A. Fingers are lifted. Let's flow through this. As you exhale, bring your hands to prayer. You can do that. And then hinge forward. As you hinge forward, let your fingers come down to the earth. Walk your hands forward. Come into a high plank position. You can be pressed up against a wall as well. Just imagine the wall being your mat. Press your hands into your mat. When you're ready, bend your elbows, hover above the earth, and then flip your feet so the tops of your feet are on your mat. Press into the earth. You could be down on your knees. You could be down on your knees for this entire part of this sequence. When you're ready, chest lifts forward. Breathe. Tuck your toes towards your shins and press your hips back on up high to the sky. Here's your down dog again. All right, let's flow through this. Maybe you're doing it against a wall. Maybe you're doing it seated in a chair. It's totally fine. Walk your hands back to meet your feet or the other way around. Inhale, arms sweep up. Take a little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, hands through prayer center as you fold at the waist. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins or wherever is right for you. The idea is to create a flat back. Squeeze your shoulders back. Press into your thighs. Breathe. There's your tabletop position in a nice flat back halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down. Walk your hands forward. Maybe you just come down to your knees. That's fine. Hinge forward. Do an upward facing dog. Tops of your feet on your mat. Tuck your feet, then do a down dog. Maybe you just press back into a child's pose. Do what feels comfortable for you. Just modify one more time. Walk your hands back to meet your feet or the other way around. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Little back bend if you want. Hands back up to the sky. Exhale, hands through prayer center. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Maybe you do a high plank against the wall. Exhale, low plank, hover above the earth. Then flip your feet so the tops of your feet are on your mat. Elbows are hugged in, you're nice and stable and strong, chest is shining forward. Exhale, flip your back feet. Down dog. Breathe. Pedal it out. And then finish. Still your feet. Drive your heels closer to the earth. Shake your neck because it's nice and loose. Exhale. Walk your feet or hands to meet each other. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Let's go into a chair pose for our sun B. So bend your knees. Slide and glide. Motion is lotion, right? So bend your knees. Reach your arms high. Now sink low in your knees and shift your weight back into your heels. Toes are still down, but shift the weight into your heels. Reach through your arms and sit a little lower. Maybe you're actually seated in the chair. That's good. Now lift your toes up. Give them a wiggle. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen through your arms. Exhale, sit a little lower. Breathe. Let's do a sun B. So we go from this chair pose, Utkatasana, to hands to prayer center, straightening the knees, forward fold. Gaze back to your knees. Been here before. When you're ready, walk your hands out and come into your high plank. In your high plank, or whatever variation you do, let's do a Chaturanga Dandasana again. Bend the elbows, low plank, hover above the earth. Inhale, flip your feet, tops of your feet are on your mat. Upward facing dog, and then down dog. Tuck your feet again, hips go high, downward facing dog. Kick your right leg high to the sky. And then exhale, bring the right foot in between your two front hands. When you're ready, come on up to standing. Spiral your back foot down so it's secure and planted. Right toes are shining toward the short side of your mat. Feet are planted. Bend in the knees. Right knee over right ankle. Check that out. Open up the knee a little bit more toward the back of the room. Left foot is solidly planted. Sink low. As you sink low, think of squeezing the mat together. That's a big difference. Squeeze it together. Activate your inner thighs. Shoulders over your hips. Arms tee out. Look to the right. Turn your neck. Turn your neck so your chin is almost on your shoulder. Look over your right middle finger. Breathe here. Settle in. And when you're ready to take an exhale, exhale, extend. Reach to that top of your mat. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Try to keep your right knee over your right ankle. Open up your arms nice and wide. Breathe. Left fingers reach up. Right fingers reach down. Big stretch. Let it feel good. Gaze up to your left fingers. On your inhale, come on up. Reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Exhale, cartwheel your arms and Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands surround the right front foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Pedal your feet if that feels good. When you're ready, let's do the left side. Same thing, different side. Kick your left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Bring the foot between the two hands. Spiral the right foot down. Come on up to your warrior pose. Warrior two. Sink low. Squeeze the mat together. Look left. Exhale, reach left. Then tick-tock, 6 and 12. Look up. Breathe. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm high. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Take your Chaturanga any way that you like it to be. And we'll meet back in down dog. When you're ready, walk your feet up to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Baby back bend if you like. Hands back up to the sky. And then put the bend in your knees. Arms reach. Maybe you hold on to your hips. Sink lower into your bottom. Weight more into your heels. Breathe. Maybe arms are parallel and reach to the front of the room. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit lower. When you're ready, one more big inhale, one more big reach. Exhale, hands to prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. Shoulders are at hip height. Squeeze your shoulders back. Press into your hands. Your back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana if you like. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Take it on your knees if you want. And then flip your feet, down dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, right leg sweeps through. You rise on up, strong warrior that you are. Feet are solidly planted, bend into the knee. Squeeze the mat together, arms tee out. You look right. Sink lower. Breathe. You're strong. Just take a moment here. Realize how strong you are, how stable you are. Your strong foundation is engaged. Exhale, reach to the front of the room. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Look up, look up. Always keep your sights up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Breathe. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Feet meet at the bottom of your mat. Press into your high plank. Maybe that's where you stay. Maybe you go from high plank to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Maybe you just press it back straight from your high plank to a down dog. Breathe. You do what's right for you. When you're ready, let's do the other side. In our down dog, let's kick our left leg high. Sweep it through to your low lunge. Come on up to warrior two on this side. Feet are all down, nice and solid. Arms tee out, sink low, squeeze the mat, look to the left, and extend to the left. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Stretch, reach, fingertips to fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm low, left arm high, breathe. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana if you like. Left foot meets right. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Breathe. One more time. Walk your hands back to meet your feet or your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, arms sweep up. Breathe. Little back bend if you want. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, bend your knees. Reach through your arms. Chair pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit lower. Inhale, lengthen. Sit lower still. Breathe. When you're ready, hands to prayer center. Straighten your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your shin. Your back is flat. Squeeze your shoulders. As you're ready, plant your hands on your mat or up against the wall and do however you like to do your Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe you don't like to do it at all and you go back to your down dog. It's all good. From your down dog, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Come on up. Feet are planted. Arms are lifted. Breathe. Sink low. Squeeze your mat. Look right. Exhale, reach right. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Left arm high, right arm low. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Surround the front foot. Leg goes back. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal your heels. Breathe. Enjoy this moment of rest. When you're ready, other side. Left leg kicks high. Sweep it through as you exhale, low lunge. Come on up, warrior two. Arms tee out, sink low. Straighten the back leg. Left knees nice and solid over the ankle. Squeeze the mat together, look left. On an exhale, reach left. Then tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Reach high and reach low at the same time. You can do it. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm down, left arm high, look up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Surround your left front foot, left foot back to meet right. Chaturanga Dandasana or your variation. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high, pedal it out. Take a breath or two. Nice big inhale, nice big exhale. Remember, gratitude turns what you have into just enough. And enough is a good thing. Shake your head and then finish up. Bend your knees, come on down to your knees. Grab a seat on your heels if that feels right, and grab a drink. All right, how are you doing? Nice strong warm up. It's weight bearing. You're doing weight bearing exercises. The older we get, the more weight bearing exercises we need to do. And doing it on the wall is weight bearing too. It's fine. It's all building blocks. Stick with it and try. Grab a drink. Now it's a month of challenges, a month of weeks of many, M-I-N-I, challenges. Let's do one of our mini challenges from the first week this month, a plank. All right, I'm gonna set my timer. We've been timing ourselves. I don't know why I said it that way. We've been timing ourselves, and I'll set a timer for 1 minute. You do it for however long works for you. All right, lots of ways to do it. If you're brand new to it, maybe do your plank up against a wall. Nobody's judging you. Come on, let's have some fun. All right, so maybe you start on your knees. Walk your hands a little forward from a tabletop. Maybe you stay right here and spread your knees a little further. Walk your hands a little further forward and send the weight more into your arms. You'll feel it. Spread your fingers wide. Shoulders over your wrists. Maybe you stay right here. If your wrists don't feel so great, you could always drop down to your forearms. Adjust your knees just so that you feel more weight in the top, the front of your body, the upper part. Shoulders over elbows, press into your mat. Maybe you tuck your feet and lift on up into a dolphin plank. I'm going to take a high plank, the first part of our Chaturanga Dandasana. Get ready. I'm going to set the timer and I'll let you know as time goes on. All right, let's go. Where are you today? Press into your mat. If you're in a high plank, shoulders over wrists, feet hip width distance apart. Whatever you're in, we've been here 10 seconds. That's so good. You did it. It's wonderful. It's better than having done nothing at all. Breathe here, hold here. You are 20 seconds in to your plank today. You've got it. Hold on. I think the world record for planks is like 8 or 10 or 12 hours, something incredible. Look it up. Kind of fun. 30 seconds in, halfway there if you're going for the minute. Press into your hands. You're strong. Keep your belly engaged. You want to take a break? Send your hips high. Down dog, or drop to your knees. And before you know it, we've only got 15 seconds left. Hold here. Breathe here, wherever you are. Weight bearing. You're bearing your own weight. You are strong. You got 5 seconds to go. Come on now. We can do this together. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Nice job. You did it. Give yourself a hand. Awesome. All right, plank. You did it. All right. Now, we've also done crow this week. If crow is something you'd like to do, work that in sometime today. All right. I'm not going to do it today, but just maybe later on. Maybe later on in your practice if you wish to forego one of the other poses, or after your yoga. All right, let's do our other core stuff. Come on down. Have a seat. Send your legs long on your mat. Hands to prayer. Soles of your feet together to touch. Heels up towards your groin if that feels good. Knees open wide. Lengthen up. Maybe you stay right here. Lengthen up. As you exhale, maybe breathe in and out of your mouth. Let some heat go. Maybe come to recline nice and slowly. Once your shoulders are down, maybe hike your heels up closer to your groin or further away. Do what feels good. Fingers lightly behind your ears or at your temples. You just don't want to be craning your neck and stressing your neck. So fingers lightly at your ears or temples. Elbows open wide, knees open wide. As you exhale the air out of your mouth and hollow out your belly, lift on up. Let the chin go up to the sky. Come on back down. So you're not looking at your feet. You're not looking at your belly. You're keeping your spine nice and aligned. Neck, your back, all nice and aligned. Lift and lower. Little lifts, little lowers, maybe once, maybe twice. Every day, just build on it. Building blocks. You can't have everything all at once. None of us can. You have to build. Go slowly before you can run the marathon. Finish up, come on down. Bring your knees together to touch. Let's do bicycle pose. Lots of variations. Maybe today you want to ride a recumbent bike. To do that, keep the soles of your feet down. And maybe you just like to lift through the shoulders. Let's explain that first. Soles of your feet are down. Lift on up as you exhale. And then take the opposite elbow toward the opposite knee. Little twists here. Maybe you do it that way. Maybe you just open up the elbows and pulse up to the sky. Maybe that's what works for you. To ride a recumbent bike, come down with the shoulders, knees lift, knees over hips, shins parallel to the sky, and then you just pedal through your heels. Pedal through your heels. Ooh, it's a challenge, isn't it? It's tight. Your core is tight. You got it. Nice and strong. Maybe you'd like to peel your shoulders up as well, and then bring opposite elbows towards opposite knees. Another thing you could do if you want, it's all up to you, straighten your legs and scissor kick them. You do what works for you in this moment. When you're ready, finish up. Legs go long on your mat, thank goodness. Let your arms go high, palms touch, reach through your fingers, point through your toes, stick pose. Wiggle your hips, let it feel good. Breathe, stick pose. Now let's go into boat pose, Navasana. If you have a strap in your practice and you like using it, grab it now and set it up by placing the center of the strap under your feet. I'm not going to use the strap. I usually don't on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Let's take our hands, bend your knees toward your chest, bring your hands behind your thighs, low on your hamstrings, kind of right behind the knee. When you're ready, start to rock and roll up. Now, you know if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, don't do this. Don't rock on your spine. Ask your doctor, rock a little bit, play with it like you were a kid, right? Have fun with it, and then let's come on up to seated. In your seated position, let's bring our shoulders back. Sit as if you were in a recliner. You'll feel the magic spot when your core engages. Let your core be what is holding you up. Hands behind your knees, and then lift one foot or the other. Maybe lift both feet. Send your chest forward. No rounded shoulders. Chest is lifted. You are strong. No joke here. Breathe. Reach your fingers, if you'd like, toward the front of the room, up toward the sky or a little behind you. Hold in your boat pose. Exhale, hands to purse center. Maybe you want to adjust your legs and then row your boat. One elbow down, then the other. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Row your boat. And then come back to a seated position. Hug your knees in. Take that little pose called cosmic egg. Hug your knees in. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Breathe. Maybe press the weight up into just your toes, forehead toward your knees, and then press on up and take the weight off of your toes. Hold here, balance here. You got it. Feet come down, crisscross at the ankles. Let's meet back in a downward facing dog. All right, in your down dog. Maybe to get here, you want to do a Chaturanga Dandasana. You thought I forgot, right? If you'd like to stay right here, do it. If you'd like to do a Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank, low plank, up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Breathe. Kick your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Bring the right foot in between your two front hands. This time, rise up while looking at your right toes. Come on up to standing. All 10 toes point forward. Sink into your hips, sink into your knees. Back knee can be lifted off the earth. Right knee over the right ankle. You can stay right here, or if you want, bring that back knee down. Oh, thank goodness, right? Maybe you could put the towel under the knee. It's all good. Lift your arms up to the sky. Breathe whichever variation you're in. Let your fingers go to the back of the room. Take a little back bend. Ooh, have somebody take a picture of you because you look really good in this pose. Exhale, hands to first center. Let's take a twist. Left elbow to the outside of your right knee. So lengthen forward. Look at your right toe. Your back heel is lifted. Hands are stacked. Elbows are stacked. Inhale, lengthen as you look at your toe. Exhale, twist. Look at your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Don't forget that important part. Exhale, twist. Maybe you look up to your elbow or over your shoulder. Finish up, hands back to prayer center. Plant your hands inside your right front foot. Come down onto your back knee if you're not already there. Bring a block to the top of your mat. Maybe slip the towel under your back left knee. Send your left leg really super long on the mat. Top of the left foot on the mat. Wiggle your toes to the top right corner of the mat. You got your block. You can use that to bring the ground up to you. Press your hands into the block. Maybe, if you like, open up the right foot so it's just resting on that knife edge, the pinky toe edge of the foot. Press into your hands. Maybe hands come down to the mat. Breathe, lengthen through your spine. Don't forget your left toes. Let them be long on your mat. Maybe come down, forearm to your blocks, or forearms to your mat. Breathe, lengthen, enjoy. This is your runner's lunge. Let's take it now into a side plank. Straighten your arms, press into your hands, bring your right foot back to meet your left, and side plank. Left shoulder over left wrist. You could be on your bottom knee, right leg lifts, right arm lifts. Gaze up to the sky. Another option here if you want, both legs are long and straight. Right arm goes high to the sky. Lift, don't let your waist sag. Really reach through your fingers. Gaze up to your fingers. Finish, hand comes down. You come back to a downward facing dog. In your down dog, if you would like, let's do the left side. Kick your left leg high. Sweep it through to your low lunge. Rise on up to a lunge. All right, bend into the knees. Back knee can be down or up. Arms can lift. Breathe. Stay strong here because you are strong. Believe me, you are. Let your fingers reach to the back of the room. Take a little back bend. Exhale, hands to prayer center, shoulders over hips. When you're ready, let's take the twist. Right elbow outside of the left knee this time. Hands stack, elbows stack. Lengthen up as you look at your left big toe. When you're ready to take an exhale, twist a little bit to the left. Look at your hands. Look at your arm. Breathe. Big inhales, big exhales. You got it. Finish up. Even that is a tough move. The transitions. Bring the gaze back to the toes. Bring the hands back to prayer center. Come down to the bottom knee if you're not already there. Top of the right foot on the mat. Left toes wiggle up. Use your block if you want. And take your runner's lunge any way that you like it. Breathe. And let's finish. Hands come to straighten, arms straighten. Left leg goes back to meet the right. Let's come into your side plank. Get your shoulder over the wrist for stability. Open up however you like. Left arm lifts. Maybe you're on your knee. Maybe both legs are straightened. Gaze up and then finish. Hands come down. Come back to your down dog. And if you want, always time to squeeze in a chaturanga dandasana. Do what's right for you. Breathe. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Grab on to your calves. Take a nice big forward fold. Gaze back to your knees, your navel. Hands are on your calves. Elbows hugged in. Neck is loose. Shake it. Breathe. Release the arms. Sweep them on up. Come on up to your extended mountain. Let's do a little balancing here. Hands to prayer center. Let's do tree. You could have your chair nearby. You could have the wall nearby. Find your balance. Root into your left foot. Weight out of the right. Open up your knee to the side of the room. Place the heel of the right foot inside the left ankle or higher still. Just don't place the sole of the foot onto the knee. You don't want the knee to bend sideways. Drive the outside of the right knee to the back of the room. Hold here, grow your branches if you like, sway your branches. If you fall out, no big deal. Come right on back in, press the backs of your hands to the back of the room, chest lifts up. Exhale, prayer center hands. Knee guides to the front of the room and then plant it down. Other side, root through your right foot. Weight out of the left. Maybe you kickstand it. Maybe hands are on your hips or on a chair. It's good. Do whatever is good for you. That's what we all want to do. Do what is good for you. Not everything is for everybody. Not everything every day is for everybody. Breathe. Gaze up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Think of your chest lifted. Strong foundation in that foot. You got it. Breathe. Hands to prayer center. Guide your left knee to the front of your room. Plant the foot. Let it go. Eagle pose. Garandasana. If you're seated in the chair, you can do this too. Take it in layers. Maybe you just do the legs. Maybe you just do the arms. But let's go. Bend into your chair pose. Hold here. Hands can be at prayer center. Hands can be to opposite shoulders. or you can reach your arms long in your Utkatasana pose. Sit low and stay right here. Maybe right arm sweeps under left and your palms touch. Squeeze your elbows down, look over your fingers. Bring your shoulders back more over your hips and stay here. Maybe you take the weight out of your right foot and bring the right leg over, hugging high in the inner thighs. Top of the right foot maybe comes behind your right calf. Sink low, gaze forward, shoulders back a smidge more. Breathe, squeeze, you got it. Let's finish. Release your right foot. Arms go high, stretch it out, uncoil. Woo. Maybe take a little back bend. Arms go back up. Let's go back into it in layers. Bend your knees. Take the arm variation that speaks to you. Sit low. This time, left arm is going to sweep under right, or just the opposite. But whatever you did before, do the other side. Squeeze the elbows down, gaze over your fingers. Weight into the right leg, weight out of the left. Maybe just holding the leg is where you are today. Maybe you cross the legs. Maybe that's where you are today. It's all good. Perhaps the top of the left foot comes behind the right calf, shoulders back, squeeze, gaze over your fingertips. Squeeze your elbows down even more. Breathe. Hold. You got it. Let's finish. Left foot comes down, arms sweep up. Take your extended mountain, breathe. Bring your hands to prayer center. Let's do a humble warrior. This was a challenge we did a month or so ago. And the challenge was to put on your socks while balancing on one foot. Here's a great pose to get there. Hands to prayer center, bend in your knees. Hold here. Let's take the right leg. Weight out of the right leg. Lift it up. Bring the outside of the right ankle on top of the left knee. You got a figure four going on here. Sink lower. Find your balance. You got it. Embrace those micro wiggles in your foundational foot. That's what they're there for. It's amazing. All right. Hinge forward. Maybe you look down toward your left foot. Maybe you take your hands, sweep them back. Even this movement, the transitions are tough. Interlace your fingers behind your low back. Thumbs are pressed into your low back. As you're ready, work your interlaced fingers up and away from your low back. As you gaze down towards your foot, your knee, lift the arms high, breathe. If you fall out, just get back in. Nobody's going to criticize you. Bring your hands back to prayer center. Yeah, you're going to criticize yourself. Don't do that. Bring your right foot down. Straighten up. Come on up to standing. Take a moment here in your prayer. Close your eyes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We can do it again on the other side. Bend in your knees. This time, right foot is your foundation. Lift your left leg up. Crisscross it. Hinge forward. Hinge forward. Maybe stay right here. Don't forget, chair could be right here too. Nice stretch. If you're seated in the chair, just cross your legs like this. If you would like, hands interlace behind your low back. Work your thumbs, work your fingers up the back wall. Send your gaze down to your right foot. Arms go higher, gaze goes deeper. Sit a little lower. All these things. See, now if you were standing here, you could be certainly putting on a sock, right? Good balance. When you're ready, hands back to prayer center. Left foot comes down to meet the right. Stand on up. Nice job. All right, that's your humble warrior. That was a challenge earlier. A little foreshadowing of what's to come. I'll show you on the wall in just a second. But this week, our challenge is a 1 minute, one-legged mountain. All right, root into your left leg. Lift your right leg up. Chair can be here. I'm going to start the timer right now. 1 minute. Let's go. Arms lift. Leg lifts. Bring your knee to about hip height if that is right for you. If you fall out, get right back in. Arms lift. Breathe. Lengthen out of your hips. Lengthen out of your fingertips. We're 15 seconds in. If you fall out, no big deal. Breathe. Root into your strong left foot. Engage your core. Chest is lifted. You got this. Fingers reach high. Hold on. You talk weight bearing. Oh my goodness. You're building your bones. You're being strong. You've got it. Shoulders are over your hips. Hips are over your feet. All right. We've got less than 15 seconds to go. Stay here. And if it's right for you to come out when you need to. But just try. Just try. Maybe you prefer bringing your hands to your hips. Breathe. 1 minute can be a long time, can't it? But it's over. Whew. Right leg comes down. Let's do it again on the other side. Let's go right into it. Timer has begun. Root into the other leg. Lift your knee up, up, up. Fingers lift. Same thing. Focus. Focus forward. Hold here. I'll let you know when the time is up. Breathe. You got it. That foundational foot is strong. Lengthen through your fingers. Hold on. Hold on. You don't need to go to the gym and lift stinking weights. Well, you probably could, but using your own weight. Bear the weight on this one leg. You've got it. Stay strong. Hold on. We're almost done. 15 seconds to go. Feel the length in your hips. Feel the length through your fingers if someone's pulling you up higher, helping you, supporting you, staying strong. We're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. Hands together. Let your foot cup down. All right, foreshadowing of next week. Good job, good balancing. Come to your wall. Bring a block with you. All right, a little bit of sugar, right? A lot of sugar this weekend. All right, a little bit of sugar in a pose called sugar cane. Maybe you've got your block with you. Bring your right hip up toward the wall. You're really close, not touching it, but just a couple inches away. All right, take this in layer. Sugar cane pose. It's a balancing and a twisting pose. All right, when you're ready, hands to prayer center. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. You got this, you got this, you got this. Hinge forward at the waist. Place your hand on the block. Send your left leg to the back of the room and lift it up. Lean into the wall a little bit. And then open up your left shoulder over your right. Send your gaze to the left side of your room. Your back side, your foot is up against the wall. You're good. Left arm lifts and your gaze goes up too. Breathe, hold. There are layers to this. This is the one we're doing today. We'll master this all this week and next. Bring your foot down, bring your gaze back down to your block, bring your hand down. You did it. Let's switch sides. All right, here we go. I think I'll go right here. All right, block is down, other hip up against the wall. You got this. Hands to prayer center. Just take a breath here. Soften in your shoulders, hinge forward. You got this. Plant your other hand, the left hand, onto your block and lift the right leg up. Lift it up, send it back, lift it up. Open up your right arm up to the sky. You got the wall here for support. Lean into it. Right arm lifts, breathe, and your leg lifts too. Breathe. Kind of fun, isn't it? Finish up, gaze and arm come back to your block. Foot comes down. And you did it. Come on back to your mat. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. That's our next challenge. All right, come on down. Half pigeon pose. So come down to your knees. Hands on your mat. Neutral tabletop. Right knee behind your right wrist. Left leg long on your mat. Towel under it if you like. Right shin a little more parallel to the top of your mat if you like it. Left leg is long. Think of somebody pulling your toes toward the back of the room. The block goes under your right glutes to ensure that your hips are equidistant to your mat. When you're ready, gaze forward. Press into your hands. This is the variation we're taking today. If you prefer another variation and you know how to do it and you want to do it, go ahead. Maybe you drop to your forearms. Maybe you hold right here. Breathe. That back knee, if you'd like, let's just bend it and then bring it back down. Bend it again. And bring it on back down. Breathe. Let's finish here. Let's press into our hands. Send your right leg back to meet the left in a 3-legged tabletop. Shake it out. Right knee meets left. Half pigeon on this side. Left knee behind your left wrist. Right leg, send it long on your mat. Use your towel if you want. Your block can come behind your left glutes. Bring your left shin a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Whew, my goodness, that's tough. And then settle in. Don't fall into your left hip. Have the hips equidistant to your mat. The block helps here. Slip the block under your left glutes. Press hard into your mat. Gaze down your nose. Right leg is long. Look forward. Soften in your glutes. Look forward. Breathe. Join us in a Thursday or Sunday class in a restorative practice where we'll do pretty much the same pose and hold it for a much longer period of time. It allows you to really get into those hips. How does it feel? It's time now to come on out of it. So maybe remove your block. Send your left leg back to meet your right. Lift the left leg up, shake it out. Come on down to your belly, and let's do cobra pose. On your belly, hands underneath your collarbones, elbows hugged in, press the tops of your feet into your mat. Don't turn your neck, and exhale. On your inhale, lift your shoulders up. Press the tops of your feet into your mat as best you can. I really can't do it. It's just too hard. They want to pop up, but just hold them down. Maybe press on up into your fingertips. Breathe. Come on down. Floor bow, Dhanurasana, arms down by your sides. Turn your head. No, don't turn your head. Keep your chin nice and straight. Bend your knees. Reach your hands back. Capture your ankles like you do in a dancer pose. And like we're going to do in that sugar cane eventually. Draw your heels toward your bottom. Exhale the air out of your lungs. When you're ready to take a big inhale, kick hard into your back feet. Kick hard, lift your chest up, lift your thighs up. Breathe and kick, and then finish. Come on down. Release your legs. Turn your head now. So your left cheek, left ear is on your mat. Shoulders are soft. Your gaze is to the right. Finish. Bring your chin back to the midline of your body. Take a big inhale, lengthen up, and a big exhale. Bend your knees again. Let's do it one more time. Hands to the outsides of your ankles. Wiggle your knees back to the midline of your body. Empty all the air out of your lungs. Kick hard into your feet. Lift again. You've done it once before. You can do it again. And then finish. Come on down. Legs go long, arms go long. Turn your head. Right cheek, right ear to the mat. Breathe. Chin back to the center of your mat. Hands underneath your collarbones. Press on up through a seal pose. Arms are straight. Soften in your glutes. Press on up. Let's take a little gentle camel. Standing on your knees. Bring your hands to your low back. Squeeze your elbows back. Look up to the sky. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. And take a little baby back bend. Finish up. Shoulders over hips. Come on down and have a seated position. Legs go long on your mat. Arms go high. Reach. Toes are up. Reach. Reach forward. Gaze is forward. Think of your chest going forward. Then reach down. Capture your ankles, your calves, whatever you can reach. Hugging the elbows in. Fold forward. Gaze toward your knees. And then finish. Shoulders over your hips. Come down to recline. As you recline here, shoulders come down, knees are bent, heels up to your bottom, bridge pose, arms by your sides. Press into your feet, lift your hips up, up, up. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. That feels right. Press into the earth, lift, and then finish one vertebra down at a time. Extend your left leg long, hug your right knee in, interlaced fingers, hug it in nice and tightly, supine, twist. Left hand guides this right knee across your belly. As you take a twist here and roll onto your left hip, keep your right shoulder down. Oh darn, that's the challenge. Tee out your right arm and gaze to the right. Knee is working to the left. Your gaze is working toward the right as best you can. Right hip comes down. Hug your right knee back in. Then release it long. Other side. Bend your left knee. Right leg is long and nice and straight. Calf on the mat. Lengthen the right leg. Bend in the left. Interlaced fingers. Hug it in. Shoulders away from the ears. I could fall asleep right here. Right hand across the midline of your body. Roll onto the right hip. Right hand encourages the left knee toward the earth. Left arm tees out. That helps you keep the shoulder down too. And then look toward the left. Breathe. Left hip comes down. Hug the right knee in. One more time. Send both legs long and then slide both heels back on up. Capture the left hand under the left knee, right hand under the right knee. Rock a little bit from side to side. Draw some circles on the ceiling with your knees. And then take them in the other direction. Little low back massage. Can't beat that. Come to stillness. Knees are hugged together. Elbows are hugged in. Nice tight squeeze of the knees up toward your chest. As you exhale the air out of your belly, peel your shoulders on up and maybe kiss your knees and thank them for what they did. Legs go long. Final Shavasana time. Cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel. Arms down by your sides. Palms face up or down, what feels right for you. You feel more open and receptive with the arms up, and you feel more secure and grounded with the arms down. At least I do anyway, and that's what's said to be the difference. But you assess how you feel and what you like. Heels at the edges of your mat, pinky toes fall toward the earth. Breathe. It's really nice to have the eyes covered, blocking out all light. Deep breaths, whatever is right for you right now. Arms and legs are heavy. Shoulders away from your ears. Glutes are soft, belly is soft. Just you and your breath. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Even your cheeks, let them soften as they go back toward your ears. You are at peace. You are strong. You're improving. And you're safe. Right here, right now. If you wish to stay in your final Shavasana pose longer, stay right where you are and enjoy. If it's time for you to conclude your hour, take a big breath in. Maybe a big sighing breath out. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes and move them however feels right for you. Move the motion up into your wrists and your ankles. Circle them. Move them in different directions. On an inhale, reach high up overhead and stretch it out just like you do before you get out of bed in the morning. Stretch. Feel good. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows, and roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Your low arms bicep can be a pillow for your head. Your top shoulder can relax. Eyes remain closed. Savor your breath right now. When you're ready, maybe keep your eyes closed and press on up to a comfortable seated position, whatever feels good for you. Bring your hands in gratitude to prayer center. Press your thumbs into your chest, lengthen up through your spine. Just marvel at what you did. Give yourself a pat on the back and just be glad for what you did, whatever you did. It's good. Hands at prayer center, thumbs pressed in toward your chest. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, sigh it out. Let it go and blink your eyes open. How are you doing? She's so funny. She just knows when we're done, doesn't she? All right, there's something good in every moment. Find it and keep your focus there. I mean, why not? Nix the negativity. Be happy, be positive, be glad for what you did today. And remember, your gratitude is an attitude that you choose. It's not a reaction to your circumstances. That's pretty deep, isn't it? Have a great day, everybody. I'm glad you joined me, and I will see you on your mat tomorrow. Bye. Hello. How are you? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Hey, do you want to go for a walk with Raya? Do you want to challenges? They can be fun. And this month we're doing 1 week challenges. Let's see, we did a 1 minute plank and that was fun a couple weeks ago. Then we did a crow pose. That was a fun challenge. And this week we are working on another challenge, and that challenge is a one-legged mountain. It's balancing on 1 foot for 1 minute. Stick with it. 1 minute challenge, that's about all I can handle. So tell your friends about our yoga. Join our yoga every single day. Every practice is different, as you know. Tell your friends to join us. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. And if you want to support our broadcast, you can check out our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Challenge yourself all this week and have some fun. Oh my goodness, she's a challenge today. See you tomorrow. Bye.